5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team's turn to ban.
And let's get back to it. RBEPete here, KOD League Season 5. So excited to be here with all of you.
10 seconds remaining.
Band picks going out already. Midas Club Elite saying goodbye to the Razor. Say goodbye to the Razor. Oh no, lo siento. What did I have? Did I have the wrong? I must have had the wrong one up, guys. Apologies for the confusion. It's Wolf versus Midas Club Elite on this one. But, fortunately, on ZBet, it's up there correctly.
10 seconds remaining.
On XBet. Alright, which doctor is now out of the picture, my friends? Say goodbye, Batrider 2. See you later.
Radiant team's turn to pick.
But Wolf saddles up. They're going to go in this face-off versus Midas. This is only a best of one for this evening.
Dire team's turn to pick.
And certainly
Dire team's turn to pick.
Winner Wyvern will have an answer for Sand King. I mean, that's it. You're going to go in and try to blow somebody up. Winner Wyvern's going to be able to turn it around and say, no way. Oh, nice Spirit Breaker pickup.
10 seconds remaining.
Absolutely.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
With an open pick, this is going to cause Midas to have to think about this. Midas Club Elite. Looking for an answer here. Last game, we got a chance to really see what they brought to Dota 2. Excellent work holding back
Dire team's turn to ban.
their opponents and just doing an excellent job of just keeping control. But it's a big pleasure for me to be here doing this cast with you guys, hanging out, watching some Dota, preparing for the international that'll be coming up in a few weeks. So excited for that. Highest prize pool
5 seconds
in
remaining.
esports history. Almost $21 million. In fact, it's 20.9 to be exact. I'm really excited to see who's going to be victorious in the gauntlet that is the Dota International. A lot of fun up ahead. Really excited for it. I think there's a break coming up for KOD League. We got to be ready. We got to be ready for... No, Team Unknown lost the previous match. Team Unknown lost the previous one. And Wolf's going to step up here versus Midas and see how things go. Furthermore, as the band picks continue to come out, see you later, Mr. Necro.
Radiant team's turn to
Sure
ban.
enough, he's gonna have a lot. He's gonna have a lot of time on his hands. They just basically shuffled Necromancer off the deck of the boat and pushed him over and said, "No, we don't want to deal with you."
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Jalapio, criador. That is the coolest thing I have ever heard somebody or read somebody say. Oh, isn't it crazy?
team's turn.
Yeah, in this one, I don't know. I haven't seen Wolf play yet, but I think Midas certainly has a good coordination between the 5 of them. They were able to keep the Invoker out from Team Unknown. They were able to keep him back. They were able to hold him away.
10 seconds remaining.
He was afraid of the Faceless Void for most of that fight, and the Chronosphere was just well planned. He caught 3 on the stairs at one point on the Radiant side of the map, about 26 minutes in, and just the play after play, they managed to overcome all the odds. But we'll see Midas ban out the Omni Knight now, and Wolf will select now their 3rd hero. KOD League Season 5. And if there's certainly something that's going to give them
Radiant team's turn to pick.
some durability, Bristleback is the man. Sand King with that ticking damage from Sandstorm. Bristleback has a chance to throw quills out. You gotta love what that does, especially for poison damage. And so a lot of people don't like,
5 seconds remaining.
you know, what poison damage does, but Bristleback, he sends out that spray every time he tick and tick and tick. Throwing out, and those stacks add up, especially in the talent tree later on. I think they add some additional stacks to it. I don't have to check it out. I haven't seen completely all of the changes that have been made over the latest patches. So it's nice to be able to discover new things every once in a while, because if coming back from a significant break, I mean, I've played a couple times a week some Dota 2, but over the past couple of weeks working with DreamHack and working with South by South Gaming, Greater Than Management, there's a bunch of esports organizations that come through Austin, and when they come to Austin, they say hello to Pete. They stop by and say, hello, Pete, what's up, man? We know you like to do this video gaming stuff. Can you help us out? And my answer is always yes, absolutely. What can I do for you? I am of service. If it's anything to do with esports, man, and you need some help in it, holy shit, I'll find. If I can't help you, I'm gonna find you the people that can. Underlord joining the fight. What an interesting lineup that we have here from Wolf already. We see 3 melee type heroes. Underlord offering a chance to perhaps interrupt what Puck is going to bring to the fight. I mean, if you throw down a Dream Coil, you know, Underlord, he's also going to throw out the pit.
5 seconds
You're going to fight in there, right? The Firestorm also dropping tonnage on their heads if Midas decides to play aggressive. This is default win 3 stand-in team can't play. Default win by Midas. Perhaps. So Gunky, what's up Gunky? Wanted to get into a MOBA and a friend said that Dota was harder to learn than League of Legends, but at the end, more fun. So I got into Dota. I love it.
World Devourer.
Dire team's turn to ban.
Yeah, Dota fills in a lot of gaps that the other MOBAs just don't have. You know, the mobility on the League of Legends map, because you do not get to teleport into the lane. You're walking it. They do not allow that in that game, which is it's just one of the many subtle nuances about the differences between the two. You know, League of Legends has a lot more simplified item purchases, a lot more simplified spell casting types. You know, the ranges on things aren't nearly as far. You know, you don't have to worry so much about map control in this game. However, you can do a camera lock on your hero and follow him. Keep the camera locked right in there. And a good tip for a lot of people if they don't do it already, so you don't have to continue to slam on that right mouse button whenever you're moving around the map. Activate your repeat right clicks setting. Go into your settings and underneath your controls, so whenever you hold down your right mouse button, it just continues to right click over and over again. Just makes overall movement far more smoother. In fact, it even helps when getting your last hits in combination with using the stop button, so you can time that animation, because the animation itself, you work that in there, man. Alipio Criador. Hola, my friend. Hola. How do you say hello in Portuguese? I don't even know. Nobody's teaching me these things. Teach me. I want to learn some Portuguese, my friends. If, well, no Blade, or no Juggernaut. So there will be no Blade Storm exits for Midas. Yeah, what a fun game happening right now.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Certainly going to be a fun game. With Underlord providing that extra mobility around the map, it'll be nice to see somebody effectively use that team teleportation. That team mobility. Be able to sneak up on the enemy team. That's some good plays. That always makes for just wild entertainment. Makes me want to clap my hands and say magic letters. I gotta take a sip of water every now and then. This is a long session when you're trying to do commentary on the solo. On the solo. So the final picks are up. They start seeding in, getting ready for their picks. Lanes, perhaps all figured out. Puck, more than likely gonna go mid. Silencer has an opportunity there as well. Or the Underlord. Allow him to be able to get that early XP. Farming will be a little bit more challenging, but he'll bring the Firestorm down on top of the lane to secure any last hits. Do some zoning. Keep his opponents back. OD could be in the mid lane while Puck does safe lane farming. But I feel like in this case, an off lane OD or an off lane Puck, solo Puck off lane might be an opportunity here. And with Sand King in the jungle, Shadow Shaman supporting Drow Ranger in the safe lane. More than likely a Bristleback in the safe lane for Wolf. Unless Underlord safe lanes it with Silencer mid. And Bristleback in the off lane. Spirit Breaker just roaming around. Pulling caps from time to time. But yeah, I agree, man. Yeah, I see. Don't lock the camera. No, definitely do not lock your camera. It's much more efficient. It's much more efficient to have control of your camera and learn that panning. You got to learn panning as well as, you know, you could use mouse grabbing on the map. But you don't want to take your hands off the keyboard to push the arrow keys or, you know. I mean, some people do WASD movement on the camera and then just use, you know, Q, E, R, and T for their spells. There's certainly that. Criador. Oh, that's cool. That's so cool. Thanks for sharing that, mate. All right, let's see if we can get in here and do a quick...
XBET, best odds for esport and live betting. Unique gaming lines for all esport disciplines including Dota and CSGO. Casino and live dealers. Highest payouts. 100.
There we go. Let's get back there. Let's do some introductions real quick, guys. Oh, yeah. Look at that ugly son of a bitch. Holy shit. Underworld's going to be played by MJW. We're going to have to do this kind of fast because these guys are not wasting any time at all. Spirit Breaker is going to be played by Bulbadota. Bristleback will be played by Snake King. Over on the Silencer is going to be played by Brile. On the Winter Wyvern. Oh, look at that pretty mistress. It's going to be played by Mario. The Shadow Shaman is going to be played by Pico. Over on the Radiant side, Sand King is going to be played by our good friend Theolicor. Rawr. And he's got that new Immortal. Look at that. So fancy. So fancy. Mandy's going to be playing on Outworld Destroyer. And Draw Range will be played by fucking And finally, Puck will be played by Lelis. Let's see what these crazy cats are going to... What kind of trouble these guys are going to get themselves in today. Underlord. Oh, man. It's going to be a challenge. Because I'm going to keep trying to call him Pit Lord or Doom Lord. Some of the old school names that they have for him. But OD getting caught in a not so pleasant position. The imprisonment enough to slow him back. Not enough hits to complete the kill. But it will use up a lot of those tangos. Maybe he has two. Yep, he was only holding on to 2 on that one. They may force him to use the early Fairy Fire on this. Sneaking in 1 hit, chasing out. But the beginning leaves for some opportunity. That's for sure. Some mistakes, if you're going to make them, now's the time to do it, because you're not handing over too much at this point. But that's why it's fun to watch these early aggressive plays, exchanging blows, taking advantage of control of the lane. But bottom, they're able to sneak it in and take out the Underlord. He teleports back quickly. And with the 3 of them, that makes for an easy kill. Meanwhile, up top, Bristleback keeping his back. Keeping his back towards Puck. The Quill Spray. And another takedown. Bottom lane, Underlord just giving up these early pickoffs. Up top, still feeling those quills. 6 tangos remaining for Puck. A wand would be an exceptional pickup. There's the orb. He gets out of that one. This Bristleback spraying spray after spray after spray. An Underlord throwing down the Firestorm. Let's make sure it's what it is. Okay. Excellent. As these spells evolve over time, because it used to be Rain of Fire, but they had to change it because they'd be facing lawsuits against Blizzard. Believe it or not, Blizzard's so big they'll be suing everybody. It's kind of like Texas Longhorns. And we'll get the chart open there. All right, thanks for speaking up, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for letting me know.
Invisibility.
But here 2-0. Here comes Bristleback charging mid. OD in a bad spot. Here they come. The invisibility from Winter Wyvern. They're going to wait casually. They're just going to wait for Spirit Breaker to get there for full measure. Witch Doctor gets there to lock up the Winter Wyvern. We've got a Burrow Strike almost on the ready. Deciding not to use it there. He goes on the top of the stairs, but only stunning Bristleback. Not all that effective. Kind of a short range Burrow Strike. And they managed to get Shadow Shaman. But up top, here it is, a close one. Is he going to sneak in that last hit? And he does. Takes out Bristleback. Mistakes were made. Bottom lane, Witch Doctor chasing down Underlord. It's keeping him away, zoned out. It's not even able to get any XP. They're going to starve him there as well. OD moves in, feeling the curse. Bleeding out some of that HP and mana over time. Getting into position, Sand King looks for an opening play. While Drow successfully farming the lane, now sitting comfortably at the top of the last hit chart. An OD works to stay alive mid lane, 3-1. But up top, the exchanges. The Illusory Orb is out. But they're going to have to back off. Running from Puck. It's fun to watch people see those 2 heavy hitters running from little old Puck. The good stun. The bash is in. Bristleback returns to the lane. This is a deadly combination if they can time that correctly. Doesn't even need the nasal goo. But Puck will squeeze in a couple of hits there. Bristle should just permanently keep his back facing his opponents. That's the whole point. Bristleback can just zone people out. He can keep farming, and if they want to hit him, by all means, go for it. He's meant to be hit. And he's playing him just right. Well, bottom lane, the Firestorm squeezing in a couple of last hits for Underlord. Good stun outside the tower. The follow-up is there. The Shackles holding on. Sand King Hopefully be able to get him down, but the rotation come in. Spiritbreaker looks for a target. They're slowed down. Winter Wyvern trying to provide the blocks. Underlord throwing out the Firestorm in anticipation. Able to square out and take down one. Underlord makes some mistakes, goes out on that one, and a good stun from Spiritbreaker. And they lock down 2 while losing Underlord. Well, Wolf really showing their stuff now, won't they? Really low on health in this one, but Puck has enough mana to throw out a few spells. 10 now charges on the wand, so they're trying to do the bait. Good old bait out. Where Puck, this is where the wand comes into play. Able to sustain him quite a bit. Gives Bristleback a false sense of security. And he's going to teleport back and not take the risk. Needs to top himself off. The curse continues to bleed OD down. Imprisons himself to avoid the damage. Redirecting the tower. This haste is allowing Silencer to just continue to run around. Will he be able to bleed off OD? And it's enough. Sand King is not able to get in the deny. But Puck under fire again. Phasing out to safety. Drow Ranger, bottom lane 40. Oh, losing the top of the net worth chart finally. Here comes Spiritbreaker for the charge. Underlord ready. The courier may spot him on the path in. It sees him. Drow's aware of it. He's on top. Holy shit, here it comes. Good. Gust pushing them back. They continue to rush through. No rotations yet. And they pick off a Drow. Wolf making plays bottom lane. The Sanctuary. Filling up health and mana. Catching Sand King. They spot him. But they're going to let him go. So, we'll see him again. They shall meet again. Say what? Say who again? Mid lane OD. Keeping the tower health nice and high at a steady pace. Here comes the charge. They're committed to this one. They know Imprison's on cooldown. So why not? They have lane superiority. And they make the ping over to the Sanctuary. They'll top themselves off, but here's Sand King walking up to the camp, completely unaware that Winter Wyvern is close by. Changing directions. Winter Wyvern now in a position to spot OD, farming the camp, moving in, anticipating OD to be close by. Perhaps the tower revealing. OD completely unaware that Winter Wyvern's invisible. They're gonna go for it. The silence is in. Puck can't really get into position. Here comes the charge, but it gets stopped by the Dream Coil. Excellent plays, but he goes down and pays for it. Winter Wyvern imprisoned. The Creep Wave now chipping away at Spiritbreaker on his tail end. Winter Wyvern going down thanks to the Creep Wave. The neutrals are able to get him. Not the neutrals, rather, but the allied Creep Wave for the Radiant. Sand King trying to race back up top. Drow Ranger joined the fray. Bristleback taking some hits from the back end. The Firestorm zones out. But Silencer able to pick off Sand King in the process. Tier 1 tower under pressure as the lane presses up against it. And Puck can't manage to pull the Creep Wave off of it. And the Firestorm only hitting him once. He's able to anticipate it.
Radiant's top tower has looked better. Good curse. Just bleeding out the mana. Now level 10.
sitting comfortably in a superior position. Highest level player currently, Bryle. It'll be interesting to see what he's able to bring in on this one. OD, silence with the imprison, with the charge rather, is coming in on this one. And when he gets there, it's his time to fire. Silencer in, but gets stunned by the Burrow Strike. Winter Wyvern in there to provide some support, but the Dream Coil moves in and starts cutting them down, and Wolf losing their advantage. Silencer trying to get out of this one, but Sand King is able to get off that last Burrow Strike before fainting himself. And Underlord, rather, joining the fight. Coming in at the end. Just kind of trickling in here. Wolf will lose 3, while Midas giving up 2 players of their own. Charge coming in. Bristleback also downstairs waiting for it. They cancel the charge. Drow Ranger opens up on Bristle. He doesn't have anybody to help him, so he teleports out.
That's for me.
Getting into the 12-minute mark. Almost tied up. Wolf is holding on to a small gold lead. Experience also under their control. But Puck putting some cover fire in the tier 1 tower top lane. While Winter Wyvern sneaking around on the Radiant side of the map. Looking for warding opportunities. Spotted. Radiant are aware that he's here. They don't make any moves towards him. But the call is made. Winter Wyvern's ready to go in. The shackles are up. They just let him move right in. The curse on top of Shadow Shaman. And OD hits him a couple of times. Good Imprison is up. The charge on Puck. Will they be able to sneak it in? They get him. He can't get away. Drow Ranger now vulnerable. The charge switching over to him. What an unfortunate event. But Drow Ranger now goes down, and Wolf takes full advantage of this opportunity. They've got a tier 2 tower available. Sand King gets spotted. The fortification to delay the inevitable. The charge is up. They go for it. Winter Wyvern just a little behind. OD sets out the Imprison. But he makes it to the high ground as Sand King desperate to get away.
Radiant's middle tower shouldn't have to take this abuse. Where did Radiant's middle tower go?
The Roshan available. This might present an opportunity. Wolf marking that they're interested in the Roshan play. Tier 1's still standing for Wolf at this point. 14 minutes in, and they managed to keep a solid base. Smoke is up. Both Silencer and Winter Wyvern. Moving in together. Vision. They have eyes on the Sanctuary, so they can see in the high ground. They make the call, and they know to go around to avoid breaking the smoke. They know the stun is up. Underlord, here comes this. The cavalry moves in. The curse is up, but a Drow manages to sneak in that hit. They both lose one. The Shadow Shaman now out, but the Sand King and Puck can't get out of these fights alive. Wolf is just walking completely over them right now. 15 minutes in, and the Steamroller is in full speed. Gaining a 3,000 gold lead over their opponents. The towers begin to crumble top lane.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Midas, victorious over their previous match, are now struggling to stay on top versus Wolf. A good charge in, and Drow Ranger can't get away from this one. Winter Wyvern shackled, but it's not enough. OD finds a target. There's the Dream Coil. They're able to lock him in. The Imprison as well. OD exchanging blows with Bristleback, and Puck. That's not enough damage output to be able to do anything, as Wolf just finds one kill after another. Winter Wyvern desperately wanting to get away from Sand King, manages to do so, but limping away from the fight. You poor Winter Wyvern. Could this be Wolf? They're taking the challenge, and they're accepting it, and they're completing it. They are in this game, and they're ready to play. The Goose out. Sand King can get away with the Burrow Strike, but decides to hang around, looking for an opportunity with his teammate Puck over here, keeping an eye on top lane. Bristleback now sitting at the top of the net worth chart, which is a significant boost for him, as his farming has been absolutely stellar this game. Silencer following up with the charge. Winter Wyvern with a target of his own. Shackle from Shadow Shaman is not going to come. OD losing out on this one. They lose one. Score goes up to 19 for Wolf. Now with a 6K lead, the experience graph dipping even further into their lead. This game continues to fall further and further towards Wolf's control. Midas desperately wanting to do something to stay in this. They're not going to be able to challenge this Roshan fight. Leaving Roshan uncontested puts an Aegis in the hands of Wolf, and a new threat added to the list of problems that have already been stacked up against them. But all they can do is keep the creep waves managed, destroy the lanes as best that they can, and avoid getting destroyed. Avoid getting blown up by Wolf right now. The tier 2 tower and under pressure. Wolf right up against it. Bristle, Spear Breaker up in the top lane, working up against that tier 2. Sensing a charge coming up soon, as they'll have targets available. If this fight continues, the pressure grows for Midas. Their answers are dwindling quickly. They may not be able to move away out of this, or move out of this situation and turn things around. The high ground offering some opportunity, but Puck getting caught inside, waiting for him to come back from the Imprison, and when he lands, he explodes.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire structures are fortified.
Midas letting go player after player, loss after loss. And the tower now belongs to Wolf. Spirit Breaker preserving the life of the tier 1. They've yet to lose a tier 1 tower. Wolf really flexing their muscles this game. Midas perhaps drained from the previous match, their previous victory, where here it seems to have all disappeared. But lots of courier pickups on the way. But they scramble to get away. Stay close together. Don't let Midas catch any one of them unattended. But Shadow Shaman gets spotted out. Winter Wyvern closing in. This is Midas getting into the positions that they don't want to be in. Losing another one unnecessarily. Just handing things over.
Monster kill! Ownage! Are those
Charge change directions.
Radiant's
Spear Breaker heads top lane. Working on the tier 1. OD's aware of the charge.
Radiant's bottom tower.
He's going to make the mark. Puck knows it. Nice. Glimpse out. He gets the phase, but there's too much. They followed him the whole way. The Shadow Shaman has yet to use an effective mass ward. Or a serpent ward, yeah. I haven't seen very many opportunities. He hasn't been able to use them for a tower, and Sand King gets caught. And he'll have to limp away. 22 kills now. Heading close to 22 minutes into the game. Oh, and a Dragon Lance now picked up for a Silencer. Hurricane Pike on Drow Ranger. Building into the BKB perhaps next to avoid some of that silence. Be able to purge it off, but Winter Wyvern opening up, forcing the Sand King back into the base, the high ground. This is the only opportunity for them to turn things around. Midas, desperate to keep their eyes on their opponent as Wolf circles around the base, stalking them like wild animals. Sure enough, Drow will present opportunities to perhaps turn things around. And the Hurricane Pike could do a good job at widening the gap. Here comes the rotation. They're going to defend the tier 1 towers. They want to keep them alive. Puck certainly doesn't want to get stuck in a position to get charged again, but the long charge is heading not on this poor Shadow Shaman. Brutalized. And the curse holding on to OD. Will they go in? Drow trying to put the gust out. Good self-imprisonment. And he returns fire. Force staffed even closer, and they pick him off inside the base. Bristleback sees the opening and puts it, but Drow Ranger has some arrows of her own. The goo will slow him down. Here comes the charge and Spear Breaker underneath. The Force Staff further back from the tier 4s. Is this too far in? The tier 4 towers blistering Wolf, but they're completely unafraid. They feel confident. It's as if they have won the game, perhaps. So we're looking like that could be the case. 26-10 now. 24 minutes. And the first Rax is to go down. Is that the call? GG from Midas? Is that over? What a complete turnaround from the previous game. Midas giving it up to Wolf. And Wolf will be claimed victorious for tonight's match in this best of 1 for the group stage KOD League Season 5. I'm RBEPete. Make sure you guys get your bets ready for the next match, where we will have our good friends Mind's Eye versus Midas coming up next. Don't miss out.
First blood.
Your middle tower is falling.
You think Kaka knew I stole his rum?
Hey, watch my head.
Hey, little buddy, it's in the bag.
XBET, best odds for esport and live betting. Unique gaming lines for all esport disciplines including Dota and CSGO. Casino and live dealers. Highest payouts. 100% bonus on your first deposit. Wanna become as rich as Alchemist in a few simple clicks? Start playing on XBET.
Everything's better with Scepter. Oh, yeah.
Radiant victory.
A storm is loosed upon the sea, whose eye is stained with tears. A wretch hell-bound and bent on blood, the makings of the fearful spheres. The tide it stole away her grace, but depths they wouldn't claim her. Toil begat by father's blood, this path was laid before her. Redemption born by brigand's blood, of blood upon the darkness. The pact embraced, the road unsought, the maiden of death won't be unwrought.
XBET, best odds for esport and live betting. Unique gaming lines for all esport disciplines including Dota and CSGO. Casino and live dealers. Highest payouts. 100% bonus on your first deposit. Want to become as rich as Alchemist in a few simple clicks? Start playing on XBET.